non-imbued Huntress.
Okay, our players are good to
Having
go. So let's head
let's
down to
go.
the match. We've got the first semifinal. We've got YurickYu versus Auto.
This kind of Ryukyu is fine. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a lot of pressure with which to just block auto with, but I don't think necessarily mulling would necessarily be better here.
They're going to keep that there. YurickYu, not a lot of pressure, like you said, but going to be a keep there. Exploit the play for Auto here.
They're taking, yep, take the Huntress here, just put them a little bit off kilter, because you don't really care about the big threats that they're going to deploy in the form of Thunders and Snooze, and now the All-Head that they've just drawn, looking to just go. And unfortunately, we do have a little bit of a visual bug here,
Yeah.
at least on
Yeah,
the
so
side screen. They do not have 12 cards.
Auto has 5 cards in hand, so not 20. Don't worry about that. They've got an Exploit, a Condemn, a Treasure Trove, and a Hardiness. I've meant to do it from the combo side, so my apologies, Chad. I should have watched from Auto side, but we'll have YurickYu side. We'll have the Sling side this time. But if Auto manages to win this one, then we'll go from the combo deck from the finals. But we'll have to see. He's got to get past 4-0 YurickYu first.
I think one thing, because unfortunately for YurickYu, as opposed to like the Shadow decks, as we saw, YurickYu doesn't have any kind of hand disruption to like pick apart the combo. I don't recall them running Dazzle, but I will double check. But that means they probably don't have a lot of interaction for the combo, so it's just a matter of trying to kill. Yeah, they aren't even running Dazzle, and Transpose doesn't really help them in that position either. There is the Transpose for Rain of Frogs to try and just snipe a combo piece entirely out of Auto's hand, but
Right.
obviously with the open deck list, you have to keep in mind Auto is playing Dazzle, and that could end very poorly.
And now the no transform line on Sling isn't relevant for the combo at all, right? I don't think the combo depends on transforming anything.
Oh, absolutely not. Yep. So just digging for the combo here, looking for
Arn M, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome to the tournament. Welcome to the stream. Thank you again for all you viewers hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. All right, transpose off the top for YurickYu. I guess you can get a face Aegis, but Auto has ways to break that.
Tofu definitely nice here because as we talked about previously, no fast speed removal. So being able to just clock them for 7 with the ambush is very potent.
Now Auto already at 7 power here. Condemn, 2 hardiness, and an Pyrotech explosion.
Unfortunately, no way to find.
Yeah, it doesn't have the pieces they need, and not really ways in hand to find them. Here comes 8. We talked about this earlier. This card's beating. I like the snooze card.
That's adorable. That's the big plus side. You play the cards for the art, the adorable art.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of over undercosted for their power, what about that promo that was released yesterday? I think someone in the tournament today ran that. But what's that? 4 for 2. Really pushing the stats on some of these units.
I think once more people have access to the promo, as we might see on Wednesdays. Sorry. Look, time zones are hard for me. Okay,
Don't
I'm like
worry about it.
14
We get
hours
it.
away from here. But once we see, oh, and that's it. Wait, is that it?
Well, I think
Condemned.
Auto can stop it. Yeah.
Sneaky. Yes. Condemned with a sneaky bit of life, but also the swift refusal.
Yep. It's gonna get.
Oh no, just dropping down 1 here. And the
Oh
transpose,
no, yeah.
unfortunately. Huh.
Yep, and that's gonna do
So
it. So
looking for
while we were
market.
talking about the promo there, YurickYu, we'd mentioned the big units, the 8-8 and the 7-7, and then the explosion to the face. That's actually gonna push through enough damage. They Auto had the power. It was really just missing the
Yep,
pieces that game.
absolutely.
So had the time, that was well played by YurickYu to put the pressure on. And obviously they've done a great job to start 4-0 today. But a lot of that also was just Auto just missed the combo there. They had enough time to deploy it. They had enough setup to
Cards in
deploy it,
hand.
but
Yep.
you just couldn't get it all there. Couldn't find the right pieces. And sometimes that happens with combo decks. All right, let's see what YurickYu's got this time for game 2. We've got a nice promo: Seek Power, Transpose, Amber Lock, Pyrotech Explosion, and Sling in hand. So nice starting hand there for YurickYu. Auto's got Beseech the Throne, Dazzle, Realign the Stars, Gatecrash Trooper, and a bunch of power.
Okay, so we'll be able to find some of their combo, the machinations with the realigned stars, which is very nice. Yurikyu has a pretty good hand so
We
far, but
hunt
really
as a
needs to
pack.
find a threat of any kind. Like the Huntress is a nice unit, but it's pure turn. That's not going to be enough against the Overload combo deck.
Oh, thank you so much, Smash Off 888 for the sub. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. That means a lot. I know you're going to see this in 5 minutes, but thank you so much for the sub, for supporting the tournament, supporting the channel. Very much from the heart. Appreciate it. All right, YurickYu, a little bit of a slow start. They do have the sling. They've got their setup needed. But Auto's got the time to set up their combo again here. But now they have the difference here is that they do have a little bit of some filtering and some digging to find their combo pieces. So Auto, I like Auto position here to be able to set up this combo in what is it, 2 turns or 3 turns from now?
A big deal here is Yurikyu can't, like in the previous game we saw what the pair of Thunderous and Snoozes, the Owlhead, and the Tofon. This game, unfortunately, Yurikyu doesn't appear to have much anything really. And yep, I really like the transpose play here because once you see the hand and you see that your opponent doesn't have any big threats,
Mm-hmm.
letting them access the market for something like the siege train
Mm-hmm.
could really start uh letting them apply pressure on you. And you don't want.
You gotta
I
love
think
the value from Condemn there too. You're playing it to get from the market, but then yeah, just take out your hunters too.
and yeah, incidentally, the transpose here would have been able to find a rain of frogs, which would have been rather annoying if it had were able to take out either the realign or perhaps a combo piece out of Otto's hand.
Indeed. So YurickYu just gonna play out their sling there. Is Beseech the Throne for Auto.
Okay.
Delta Fiend, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Thanks for being here with us. Silex off the top for YurickYu. Get essentially a redraw for that if they want it, but instead they're just gonna play out the big giant.
Yep. Just play out the big giant and get the value off your sling. Ooh, that's a transpose. Can't quite combo off this turn. And this transpose might
Yep.
put a wrench in their plans
Yeah,
if
they do have the
Otto does.
Overloader, the Explosion. They have triple Realign the Stars, and they do have a Dazzle in hand as well. But of course,
Oh,
Dazzle can't.
yes, that's fine. Yep. Dazzle will be able to block the Rain of Frost.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the line that YurickYu is going to go for here.
There's the Realign the
Or
Star.
not. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, they're going to draw Hardiness off of that. He's going to get Huntress there. Another Transpose. Here comes Overloader.
Transposes are nice, but unfortunately they just don't. They don't have anything that they can play at fast speed.
Yep.
Getting the transpose, and this should be
That's
it.
it. Can they get?
Barring anything. No, I don't. Yeah,
They,
they've got nothing at fast. Oh, they've got the edict.
but that
Enemy spell.
maybe
Yeah, but
spell.
unfortunately it gets blocked by dazzle.
Yeah.
Is the problem. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So they could transpose for Edict, but Dazzle can You're right, chat. Apologies on my mistake about face ages that Pyro does not. And here comes the combo. So machinations can amplify a ridiculous amount of times, which is essentially free power for auto. Gonna bump auto up. Here comes an exploit. So auto has 22 power now. Get some more.
Goes here for the edict.
Gets the edict. Also gets a face aegis to block that exploit.
With the open deck list, I think Auto knows to leave up enough power just in case for
Yep,
the
there you
dazzle.
go. Leaving 4 up. So this explosion gonna deal a ton of damage. YurickYu's face. YurickYu can go for the edict, but of course we know that they have dazzle in hand. Here comes the dazzle. How much damage is auto gonna do here? There's 32. Again, not 99, but it's plenty enough to take care of YurickYu this time. So that time, again, auto had time and was able to assemble the combo.
Yep.
So 1-1 here. Gonna go to this critical game 3. So does this really come down to whether auto's ability to find the right combo pieces?
Pretty much. I mean, like the problem with a sling deck in general is that it does take a while to get going, which is pretty much perfect for the overloaded combo deck to
Mm-hmm.
just set up. I mean, this deck, the deck can win as fast as I believe turn 5.
Mm-hmm.
So which would definitely be way too quick
Yep.
for the sling deck to even mount a response. Okay.
All right. So Otto's got a hand of Beseech the Throne, Suffocate, Vara's Favor, Trooper, and Wisdom. So not a lot of combo pieces right there, but they've got enough to disrupt and dig a little bit. But you're not setting up a turn 3, turn 4 combo this time. So YurickYu, no sling in hand, and only 2 power, including this depleted. But they do have the Seek power here. All right, there's another one off the top, plus the Seek power. That should be plenty for YurickYu to get started. They do have two
Agreed.
2 wisdoms, Huntress, so they've got some early options to sculpt their hand the way they want it to be.
Yeah, I like the Huntress here just to start, well, attacking, really. I mean, okay. Unfortunately, they did have the Broad Favor or the Condemn here,
Right.
but you just need to start.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so you're going to
Here
fire
with-
off the wisdom here.
Yep,
More power,
gets
which is
underneath
fine.
the Dazzle, but yeah.
There's a sling off the top. Just your
Yep.
cue, just dig, dig, dig. Get that set up so you can get this sling going. Auto with a couple power off the top. They do have a wisdom which they're going to fire off this turn, so that'll reset their hand a little bit, as well as several Silexes in hand. So here's a dazzle and a condemn, and another wisdom. But this is when YurickYu needs to start putting pressure on this next turn, because Auto is already at 5 power, has some ways to draw cards and filter, has a dazzle. So YurickYu, if they're going to win this game, they have to start putting pressure on now. This is a way to start.
From the WSG Auto? Wow.
Start with a 7/7 YurickYu. Tons of cards here. We're going to start with a Silex for Auto side. Suffocate's not really going to do anything today, but plenty of other cards. So 2 Condemns, Realign the Stars, Seek Power, Treasure Trove. Okay, they're just going to pass the turn.
Just playing conservatively around that transpose, which is very, very heads up on Auto's part.
Very heads up play by Auto there. Very patient.
I assume they have a power in hand, Auto?
They do, yep.
Okay, so then they'll
All right, so here comes Realign the Stars.
pose and
Gonna
okay. This is gonna edict
Yep,
here,
here comes the Edict.
but unfortunately, the Auto can still just simply just condemn. Oh,
Yeah, they also have the dazzle. So we saw that, yeah, pretty much the
yeah.
same play we saw last time. Going for the YurickYu, going for the edict, but Auto having the dazzle to stop it. They grab the machinations here. They also have the condemn. Now do they have it this turn?
I believe.
They have
Do they have
Overloader.
another power?
They do. They
Yep.
have a power. They have Overloader and machinations, and we're gonna see it right here. Auto 7
Oh,
power. Here comes
that's
Overloader.
it.
YurickYu tapped out. And here comes Machinations, deal 16 to myself. Let's get 32 power to play with. There's the Pyrotech Explosion. They got Hardiness if they need it. But here just comes the Pyrotech Explosion. Just going to end it right off the bat. 128 damage to YurickYu. Congratulations. The WSG Auto taking it 2-1 over undefeated YurickYu. And they're going to go into the finals